On today's video, we're going to talk about the three main types of braids that you're going to encounter when styling your hair. So somebody asked me what was the difference between a Dutch braid and a French braid and if they were the same thing the other day. So it got me thinking, let's go over the difference between the three main types of braids that you're most likely going to encounter when you are looking up hairstyles and things that you can do to style your hair that may incorporate braids. The first is going to be your basic 3-strand braid, where you're going to take any section of hair, you're going to break it into 3 semi-equal sections, and you're going to take your outside sections and crisscross them over the center section to become the new center section, alternating sides, crossing over to the center. And you just do that all the way down your strands of hair until you can't do it anymore. And that is your basic 3-strand braid right there. And the next two most common braids you're going to see are your French braid and your Dutch braid. Now, I am excellent at doing French and Dutch braids on other people, but I'm not great at doing them on my own hair, because doing our own hair is a different skill than doing someone else's hair. So I do encourage you, when you are practicing your braids, it's totally fine to practice on someone else, a willing participant. But if your goal is going to be braiding your own hair, then you really want to practice on braiding your own hair, because you can get really good at braiding someone else's hair and still not be very good at braiding your own hair. So I'm going to separate my hair into two, and we're going to do a Dutch braid on one side and a French braid on the other, so you can see the difference. The one thing that is similar about both is that you're going to be braiding along the hair as opposed to just the loose hair like with a regular braid. We're going to be incorporating hair as we go, and it's going to follow our head. But the French braid we are going to braid over, and the Dutch braid we are going to braid under. So let's start with the French braid. You start with a section, and just like a regular braid, you break it into 3, and then you do your first one exactly the same as your regular braid. Outside pieces go over the center piece one at a time, and then when it's time to go back and do this one again, you're simply going to pick up a little bit of hair, making sure all the extra little strands are tucked away, and now bring it over. You want to make sure you're keeping your hands close to your head. That's how your braid is going to be tight to your head. If you keep everything out here, it's going to be loose and floppy when you let go. So keep everything close to your hair. And then now this one's going to go over the center. But before we do that, we are going to pick up a little bit of hair, separate it out, and bring it over the center. Same thing. Before this one comes back over, we're going to pick up a little bit of hair and now bring it over the center and switch those. And you just keep going, incorporating a little bit of hair as you braid over all the way down. And this is your French braid. To keep it in place. And obviously you could do this like more back, you can do it around your face like I've done it, you can do one down the back of your head, but you can see a French braid is very flat to the head. It's going to be hard to get your braids to look really tidy at the front if you have a really sparse hairline like I do. So just keep that in mind if you're seeing a French braid where the hairline looks really nice and like swoopy and really pretty and intricate. If you have a really sparse hairline, you're simply just not going to quite get that look. That's okay. You could also pull all the baby's hairs out, deal with them like their edges, and do your braid a bit further back if you want that look, but that's the French braid. And so then the Dutch braid we'll do on the other side, and you're essentially doing the exact same thing, breaking it down into 3 strands, but this time instead of braiding over top of the center one, we're going to go underneath the center one, and then we'll take the other piece underneath, oops, don't drop the hair, the center one, and now this one's going to go back under the center one again, but we're going to pick up some hair. All the same principles apply, keeping those hands close to your head, picking up hair, making sure you don't incorporate little extra strands that you don't need as you go, but going under instead of over. Now, I show you this on myself despite not being able to do an excellent job because I want you to see that it is totally normal to struggle through something like this when it is a skill you have not practiced much. I don't do this on myself hardly ever, honestly. I literally couldn't tell you the last time I French braided or Dutch braided my own hair. I normally just do like a little 2-strand twist, or I'm French or Dutch braiding my daughter's hair, which again, I'm very good at that. Or clients, sometimes they want to leave and not have their hair dried and we'll just throw a braid in their wet hair, but not great at doing that myself. So there is the Dutch braid. You can see it's more 3-dimensional. It sits on top of the hair. The French braid is tucked into the hair because everything was going in, and with this one, everything was going under. So that's the difference between a French braid and a Dutch braid. I hope that helps. I hope not only does that explain the difference between a regular braid, a Dutch braid, and a French braid for you if you didn't already know, but also encourages you to keep practicing those skills even if you're not great at them, because just because somebody makes it look really, really simple because they're already really good at doing it doesn't mean it is. It's even a struggle for me when it's a skill that I haven't practiced a lot. Keep in mind, I also did my braids in dirty hair today. It is hair wash day, and dirty hair will hold better, but be a little tougher to work with. It's a little less forgiving. It sticks more, it tangles more. So I do suggest practicing braids, especially French and Dutch braids, in clean hair because the hair is going to be more cooperative. It might not stay where you put it as easily, but it's going to be easier to manipulate. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. Like and subscribe and share my videos with any of your friends that would be helpful for. Thank you so much for watching today. Bye.